Okay, Kalispera. So this morning I met with Mustafa Akıncı. I now had a meeting with Mr. Anastasiades. It was very good to meet them again, to have two very solid meetings, both of them very clearly confirming that we are all looking for the way to overcome this current impasse, because there is a dedication to make this work. There is still some work that needs to be done, but good efforts are underway, and I don't think it will take too much time before we can again see the leaders together. But I reiterate, I don't have a date, and I don't have a particular piece of news on exactly when or how, but efforts are underway, and I think they are promising, and I appreciate that, because we've had an impasse which is longer than any other in this round of Anastasiades-Akıncı negotiations. As you will remember, we had 9 days without meetings in November. Now this one has lasted almost a month, so it's a longer one, and we don't have that much time available. But as I've kept saying, there's also an issue of how we use our time when we're back. And both leaders have raised with me the need to be effective. They have raised ideas about the structuring of our conversations. They are their ideas, not mine. I think they're good, and we will support them. But I really need to see, because I see certain outlets are continuing to suggest that, despite of the fact that I say the opposite, that I'm trying to impose some kind of arbitration. So I will say as clear as I can, and I hope people take note, I am against arbitration. It has not happened on my watch. It is not happening now, and it will not happen. We are not in the business of arbitration. We tried that as the UN in 2004. It did not work for many reasons. And when I came here, I insisted on the importance of Cypriot ownership and a leader-led process. We are here to serve. But the leaders, Anastasiades and Akıncı, are themselves saying that they, reflecting on particularly the weeks after Geneva, before this impasse happened, was not particularly effective. It was not bad. We did have progress. We did move forward and not backward, but not with the necessary speed to capitalize on our time. So there is a need to do something about that. And we're sharing some of these thoughts now. I have shared with Mr. Anastasiades, Mr. Akıncı, the thoughts I heard on the other side. But we will come back. My mandate is the same. My role is the same. And when we are back together, and I am increasingly daring to say when, not if, we will discuss together how we then do it from there. I should also mention that I will be briefing the Secretary General and the whole top management of the UN tomorrow, together with Elizabeth Bear, the Special Representative, on progress in the talks and also on development in the peacekeeping mission. And there is a strong interest there in what is happening now, and what we can do to help, and what will be the role of the UN as we move forward in the longer terms, because planning is going on in New York. And next week I will be in Brussels, and we'll meet with the Commission President Juncker and other commissioners and other key people working on this, in order to keep the momentum of the European support for this, because bringing Cyprus together again is not only an issue for Cypriots, it's also an issue for the European Union, because the federal Cyprus will be a part of the European Union in its totality, and there's a lot of work that has to be done, and a lot of work is being done, but we need also there to speed it up in order to be ready when the negotiations eventually come to a conclusion.
You talked about the efforts that they are ongoing. We don't have any preconditions anymore to get back to the table?
So I've said that there's still some work to be done, and I've also said that efforts are underway, and that's exactly what I'm going to say about that, and I feel that they are promising. But it's in the nature of things that it's better that we first see that these things happen, and then and it requires a certain amount of, let's say, mutual accommodation.
Will we resume the dialogue this month or early April?
It would be very good if we could resume it this month, but I don't have a date to share, but it's not impossible.
Will there be a social meeting before resuming to the talks?
Again, I think there are things that has to happen first, and we will only make that decision after. Obviously, we have talked about different ways, but I don't have any news to share now because we want to see more of the, let's say, the fruits of these efforts that I'm hinting to. I know I'm not very precise, but there's also a reason why I'm not very precise.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much.